welcome to another episode of DadsR'Us. I go by the name of Jem,
who is Kaii the People's Champ, the one and only.
And today's special guest is Axe. You saying, bro?
Go on, people. Everything's good, you know.
All good.
So I just want to say a big thank you for coming down. You know, I know it wasn't easy for you to get down here. So if you just want to introduce yourself, who you are, and how many kids you have.
My name's Akeem. I got 15 youths. I'm joking. I got one son, and yeah, one son feels like I got 10 sons.
Yeah, man, these kids are active,
Very
especially
active.
boys. They're so boisterous.
Yeah.
And I know your child as well. Active little man.
Telling you.
I swear he rules. One thing I know about you two, yeah, your bond is unmatched. We'll go into it, but from the day I'm obviously known your son, you lot just create a mad special.
Let me even explain something to everybody on YouTube. Yeah, you see, my brother Axe, he's the reason why I feel like I'm a good father today.
Yeah,
because you was the first young person I saw as a black brother to have a kid that was close to me.
Yeah,
and have that relationship with their child, and it inspired me when you and your son was doing things. I was like, you know what? I want a relationship just like that. And I wanted to hold it and not tell you this until we had this conversation on this show. That's why I wanted you to come down. Because you actually inspired me to be the father I am today. And that's why I'm so good. So I just want to say a big thank you to you, Axe, man. I swear that.
Respect.
I second that, because literally you was the first dad I went to.
Yeah, like young father.
Father to get advice. When I found out, I was expecting that. Because just like I said, you obviously you're my cousin's boyfriend, you get me? Or mister, you get me? So it was just, the relationship was just so...
It was unmatched.
And I was just like, how is that?
Because there was no fathers that was around me, or even my brethren that was having kids, they wasn't having that relationship with the child the way how you had the relationship with your child. And it inspired me. So when I had my son, I was like, you know what? I want to be just like how Axe is with his son, because their relationship is unmatched. Like, you lot do everything together. Like, he's all rolling with you in the van going to work. The little man knows how to work the cars and he just knows to do bare things. I'm just thinking, like, me and my son need to have a bond just like that. So I just need to say a big round of applause to you, because you're a legend in this thing, bro.
It's not even a legend. Like, you see, you get most fathers and they will just look at the child and they just think, all right, that's just a child, and they want to go out and live their life and do what they do separate. You see, when you become a dad, like in my mind, you kind of have to bring everything together. So the way I look at Kaii now, when he's a baby, anything I'm doing, I should be able to can do it with him. Do you understand? So obviously, not when he's a baby. Like when he was first born, it was a baby, because I'm an electrician by trade. I didn't really do no private jobs. Like for one whole year, I didn't do no privates, nothing. I was just always with him. And then when he started getting older now, and because I do the school run in the evening, I started taking him. Just take him with me. So whereas now, dads that just look at the child like, oh, it'll be a burden, or if I'm doing something, it'll be a burden. Nah, you have to incorporate, and then when you do that, that's how the bond starts to grow. Do you get me? You have to just treat them like you got a brethren. Are you everywhere 100%. You go and you want to roll with your brethren, you want to bust dude. I know he's a baby, but you see what I'm trying to say?
You want to demand him at the same time. And that's how I treat Casey as well. Like he's not only my son, but he's my brethren at the same time. I look right. I see it.
I'm not gonna lie, I see it. So
I love the relationship that you have with your son. The relationship that it inspires me to have a relationship I have with my daughter as well. Because it's like, even though I have a girl, I incorporate her into my day to day. You understand? Just like, it's one of them things where I would never stop what I'm doing because I have to bring her along. You understand? It's more of a case of, I make sure if I bring her to somewhere or an event that she's come, that people know that I'm coming. You get me?
Yeah,
so it's not a situation where, oh, I can't come. You know, people make that excuse. I can't come because I have my daughter or I have my son.
See,
it's
F
like,
that. I'll tell you, I can come, but I'm bringing my son.
Yeah.
So if you want me to be there,
Yeah.
you got to know that I'm coming with my son too.
Obviously, you
Gang.
can't go raving with your youth.
No, of course not.
To be honest, I don't
people
even
do
rave
that.
no more as well. Since Corona happened, I'm not on the raving thing. At least for a good few years. Unless it's one of my close people's birthday, you will not see me at a rave just for the sake of going. I swear down, that's not me no more.
No, you're right.
But anyway, let's get into the story of you and when you first found out that you was gonna have your child. Like, let us know how was your experience for yourself.
Like, explain the day and explain how you felt.
Like where was you when you got the call or the text or whatever, or was you with her? Like, what happened? Tell us the story. We want to know.
If my memory serves me correct.
Don't you get yourself in trouble now?
No, I said we get in trouble.
Missus gonna come and...
Yeah, nah.
No, I'll tell you the truth.
No. Alright. The day she told me, I was at work, and them times I used to like drive for Tesco's and that part time. So yeah, I think I was driving a Tesco van, and I was on the phone with her, and then she's like, "Yeah, I'm pregnant," and I'm like, "Yeah," like a part of me, I'm happy, but it's like it caught me off guard, sort of thing. I'm all going around the corner. I remember clearly it's Cricklewood. And I'm going around the corner, you know them vans are long. And I hear, I didn't even know. You get me? I hear someone call that Rod to move quickly and then pull over and like, "Yo, what are you saying?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm pregnant, I'm like, "Yeah, well, yeah, I'm happy." And she's like,
"How you overwhelming feeling?"
Yeah, but you know the one is trying to
it's like
have a little
catch you off guard.
Yeah,
so it's like, you can't act too mad, but you can't act too cool because...
Yeah, if you act too cool, you get in trouble that you don't care.
Yeah.
Do you get me? But if you act too excited, then she's thinking, "I've got this." Like, you gotta play it. Like, you gotta play it. But yeah, taps.
And I know that it was a thing where I saw when I found out that my cousin you was gonna expect, and I was just like, she obviously, me and her the same age.
Yeah.
So she was the first one out of my
immediate
circle to have a. So I was just like, yes, wow. You understand? It was just like, I wanted to see how it was gonna be for her and you. So just watching how the relationship has grown for both of you and with your son, it's magical, bro. Like,
it's magical.
I can't. When I see your family unit, and I'm like, this is what it's about. You understand? If anyone like. I think I've thrown you up on the page once on our DadsR'Us page.
Yeah, probably.
Once or twice. Yeah. But that doesn't tell half the story. Like you need your own YouTube channel, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
You need your own YouTube channel.
The way how you and Cairo be doing
I know,
funny, man.
like
100%.
I know, like my partner did say that, like we should do YouTube, but you know, it's one of them things that I was gonna look into. Now
it's time. You know what it is? It's time. And it's just one of them things where. Even if you just put up a camera in your van, like, and just when you're rolling.
Not even just the camera in the van. I feel like when you guys are fixing your cars or your vans or whatever,
doing stuff,
especially when Kai's doing his thing as well, you guys should just video it because people love to see a little man. How old is he now? 5?
Yeah, it's 5. Yeah,
5.
Yeah.
A little man 5 fixing big cars, you know.
Yeah, he's doing it.
Big cars.
Yeah, he's doing it. Even today, like when I pick him up from school, it's like, "Dad," I'm like, "What? What's up, Cairo?" Because so we got to go barbers. He's like, "Can we go to the big garage?" I'm like, "Oh, why?" It's like, "We need to fix some cars." I'm like, "Cairo, man."
See? He's a fanatic for cars, fam. I know. He's going to be... I remember you was going to get him a go-kart. Like a proper thing. And Lewis Hamilton. Give Lewis Hamilton a run for his money, fam.
Yeah, that's still in the pipeline.
Still, yeah. I can see him doing
still
that
in the
big
pipeline.
Time. Big time. Mm-hmm. So, so your relationship's dope. As well... One thing I do want to touch on as well is, like, as he's growing up, as he's gone from where, like, he's younger, like, have you seen that the relationship between you and him can just go to a next whole nother kind of, you know, that when he's turning, he's 5 now, so when he's turning 6, he's going to go into, like, he's going to go into bigger school, and you know that his relationship is gonna just grow and grow, but can you see it tailing off at any point? Because you know certain dads, they feel like their friendship with their dad may change. Can you see that?
To be honest, nah, because
Like he'll get friends at school and he might not want to roll with you.
Yeah, no, obviously that's natural. He's gonna want to go out with his friends. But whereas me and him bond, that will always be there because the way how I look at it like me and my dad's got a really, really tight relationship. Like a proper, like my dad's my best friend. So we got a tight relationship. And if I remember from young, like everything that I'm doing with Cairo, I'm having flashback like, yo, this is what I used to do with my dad.
Right.
Do you get me? So say
important.
my dad's a mechanic. I remember standing on top of a car, holding gearboxes and for my dad at a young age. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like it's playing out. It's not like I'm deliberately forcing that. It's just
natural.
It's just natural. And whereas he's so into cars, he's forced me back into cars. Do you get me? So
he's brought that love that you had once as a child
back again.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
I don't think that will go. We'll always have a bond, and I have to be realistic. Obviously, when he grows up, he's gonna want to have friends. He's gonna want to go out with his friends and stuff like that. But you just have to be a dad and just teach him right from wrong. Do you understand? And just give him a few little message and just let him know that
you know
right from wrong, and whatever you want to do, make sure that's your decision.
100%.
That's the same way how I feel for my son as well, because similar to Axe, me and my dad have a very close relationship as well. Like, I'm gonna let you guys know, on my 18th birthday, my dad took me to Ayanapa. And sorry, not Ayanapa, he took me to Ibiza, and we had a whale of a time. And then when my brother got to 18, then he took all three of us to Ayanapa. And those are the kind of things that I want to do with my son. Like, I want to have that bond with my son, the way how my dad has it with us and how Axe has it with Kaii. So it's like, it's why you need good people around you, so you can just learn and bounce off each other.
As your dad show you like how life is, it's just a continuous cycle that you show your kids. Like you said earlier, it's not about not bringing them around what you're doing, and it's about incorporating them into your life and everyday life, you feel me? So that's important.
Because there's bare man out here as well, that they have kids and they don't really spend time with their kids. They just maybe contribute some money and do the bare minimum, but
and
you're not really a father. I don't feel like in order for you to be
it's not a job.
It's not a job.
No.
But you just got to really create that relationship with your child. You got to want to be there and show them the time.
Exactly.
Because time is the most important thing when you have kids.
Yeah,
exactly. It is time, because even like now we're adults, so you look, we're exposed to the internet with everything. You see dads, like rich dad, that's got money, they never have time to spend with their child. So what they do, they try to replace all that time with money and all that stuff, and then this is where the kids they got no guidance, no avenue to travel. So that's where they go off and do drugs, do everything. But you thinking like you got money and you're giving the kid everything they want. No, what the kid wanted was your love and your time, which you can never buy. So you have to strike that balance.
It is about balance, and I even me at my age, I'm finding it hard between, like, even this week alone, it's obviously I run my own business, so it's that spending time with my daughter during the day and obviously running my business, and because they're both growing at the same time, it's like what do I put more time into? Is prioritize. And obviously I always say my daughter comes first, so whether I have a business call or business whatever, I'm still on call for my daughter, you feel me? But it's hard when you run your own business. It's like that's 24 hours.
Your business is your baby at the end of the day as well.
Yeah, that's the next thing. But you have to strike the balance. As I said earlier, you gotta incorporate the two. Do you get me?
And that's what I do. I feel like I'm having that balance at a good stage right now. Because if I like run my studio, I'll bring a studio, you understand, and bring her to sessions and have her. So it's not the thing where, I can't do that because I have my daughter. You understand? It's a more thing where if I can work with her, then it's happening. And she enjoys it. She literally enjoys working with me. So it's a good feeling.
It's a good outlet to have, because imagine she's spending all this time in the studio as a baby, as a toddler.
Well, girl, you don't know, she might be the big thing. The next Leona Lewis or...
And that's just from watching you do whatever you do. And imagine having your dad have his own studio and he knows how to work everything. He's a sound engineer.
Yeah.
No, facts.
Bro,
Facts.
madness.
But
Facts.
see, whereas you got a daughter, that's another big thing as well, Car. You have to be fully active in your daughter's life. So she doesn't have that daddy issue, you know, like that. Because there's a lot of girls that's got daddy's issue, but obviously we're not trying to go on that topic. But yeah, you've got to do that structure.
I'm always embracing that, and I always keep that in mind moving forward. It's like future. I'm always thinking years ahead, like making sure that things like, not even finances per se, but making sure that even when it comes to knowing where she's school she's going to, an area she's living in. Like, I've had this conversation on here before, but it's like, it's very important that she grows up in this area that I'm in.
Okay.
Rather than the area mum's in. Like, we've had this conversation, so I don't need to over explain it. But it's best that she's situated in this area because it's more you know, like the area is nicer. Let's just call it. It's nicer. You understand? Rather than that. So so it's all about, especially where your kids are growing up, the area your kids are growing up, because that affects who their friends are, you know, the lifestyle they have.
Sometimes though, generalizing, it's uncontrollable where your kids are brought up, because at the end of the day, council decides where your kids are.
Yeah, but you still got a decision over that.
Yes and no. Sometimes you're in a negative space, you just need to get out.
Yeah, but
and finally as a woman, you've been given your own place, and you've got all this aggro in the background. You're just gonna take it.
I hear what you're saying.
Sometimes it's an uncontrollable situation where your kid is brought up at the end of the day.
Yeah, but this is where you have to take control
as a man, of
and
course,
mold your child. You get me? You can have a child in the worstest area, but once you teach your child structure and he knows right from wrong, and like if he wants to do wrong, that's totally up to him. But once you know you've put all them things in, your child would naturally exceed its environment because you're already sown. Like it's like you've sown a rose. So whether it's in the rubbish, like the soil, and it's not good, everything, the rose is still gonna grow and it's still gonna shine. Do you understand? Exactly.
Yes, love.
I'm probably in that prime example of when I said I'm generalizing. I am generalizing, but it's still related to myself because the mother of my child isn't in the best of areas. Do you get it? And there is a lot of gang activity and things going on in the area.
But you get that everywhere.
Exactly, you do. But I'm involved enough with my son. Like I see him a lot, and I bring him down to my area where my area isn't as bad
I hear
as that
that
area.
But then you still got to go back to yourself as you growing up. So as a dad, you have to prepare yourself mentally.
And me as a child, I chose to do certain things that I shouldn't have done. I never had to because my parents always looked after me and made sure I was in you
just had to try it.
I did.
Do you get me? So then
most boys do. Most boys do because when you're around it, you're brought up in that environment. You're like, you know what? What's going on down them sides? Let me see what I'm going.
You become intrigued.
Exactly. So you got to try it.
So that's why I tried to take my son out of that atmosphere. No, same way like how my dad did as well. But you know, I can only. Where my dad didn't speak to me about those kind of things, gang culture, whatever, that was never nothing. So he just never expected me to whatever. Not saying I used to get into gang culture, whatever, but obviously you do things as a child and it's not always the right thing. So I'm saying, as for me as a father now, speaking to younger fathers or fathers out there at the same age as me or whatever, have that relationship with your child. Let them know about gang culture so they're aware of it from young. And just tell them about all the wrong things that it leads to at the end of the day, because you don't want them going astray and doing the madness. That again, I didn't have these conversations with my dad, and I'm not saying anything like bad to him because I love my dad and I feel like he was a good father. However, we didn't have certain conversations.
Open the discussion.
Exactly. Whenever those things came up, is like, don't do that, and that was it. Conversation done. But I need to go into it. So for me as a father, what I would do is I would tell him examples of situations that I was in just because I was being fast, and me being fast got me arrested, got me almost going jail, got me doing bad things that I shouldn't have been doing. I was a good kid. If you know me, you know I was a good kid. But I still found myself to be fast and ramping and doing things I shouldn't have been doing. Yeah. So have those conversations with your kids and make sure that they're not, doing the madness and just be involved in their life.
No, it's very, 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 very important because it shows them that you're involved. Do you understand? To a point where you, as they're growing up as well, they'll talk to you.
Yeah, they will.
And they'll open up to you.
And that's why I always try to say that I don't want to just be my kids' father, I want to be his friend. Same way as Ak said at the beginning.
And that's what I was going to before. It's like as they grow up and as they have their new friends, you still want that bond. So they can come to you for any.
But they still got to meet their friends.
Because you're already sown that seed. So they're always. Look, you got to strike the balance. You got to strike the balance of being a parent, and you got to strike the balance of being a friend. Do you get me? So you have to know, and there's no scripture, or you just have to know, innit, where to strike that balance. Yeah. So when they grow up and they have their friends, it's just.
Dude, that's what I was saying. I feel like I'm gonna find it hard, especially because I have a girl, and it's like. She'll probably be more open to her mum or her friends or whatever, or even family members.
Conversations between daughters and fathers ain't always so simple.
You understand? So I want that. I'm trying to instill in her.
But you can't force it though. You have to let it. To want to do or say things to you, because at the end of the day, because she's a girl, she may feel uncomfortable. I'm
not talking about girly stuff. I'm just talking about
not even girly stuff. Just talking, having that general conversation.
Right?
As a boy, sometimes you feel nervous or shy to go speak to your mum about certain things. Same way for a girl, you feel nervous or shy to go speak to your father about something, because you're like, 100%. Oh my God, that's my dad. How's he gonna take it? Is he gonna react like this? Is he gonna do that? So
I never want to be that fearful dad though. Like that. I don't want to be that, but at the same time, I don't want her to be like, I'm gonna push over. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know them ones where
you gotta find a balance.
One of them ones where, you know, girls will have your dad wrapped around your finger. I want that, but I don't want that at the same time. So I'm trying to, as a dad, grow as she's growing up. Like now she's 2 to almost 3. So I'm like, I see her personality come up more and more and more.
It's growing.
100%. She's new words every day. Stringing sentences together now, and I'm like, in a year time, I might not be able to control your mouth. You feel me? I might not be able to control your mouth.
But you ain't reaching the bit when they start getting moody and acting.
Right. Yeah.
You get me?
100%. That's where
I think it's harder growing a girl child, you know. And I'm scared for when I have a girl child. Really? If I have a girl child, yeah. Do you know? That's why I'm very grateful that I have a son first, and I know there's gonna be years before I have my next child, innit? I'm not ready to have another child for now.
Same.
So what? So you wanted a boy first? I
wanted a boy first.
What did you want, Reese?
Naturally, any guy wants a boy, but I was happy when they told me I was having a girl. I was actually happy because I tell you why. I have a lot of girls in my family, as you know. Like I have sisters, so I kind of help grow them up. So it wasn't a total shock, but I would have liked a boy.
And again, the reason why I say I wanted a boy is because I was looking up to you. When I was seeing how you was raising Kaii, I was like, yo, that just looks fun. I want to be able to do those kind of things with my child. So when the mother of my child at the time was telling me she's pregnant, like the whole 4 to 5 months waiting to see if it was a boy or girl, I'm just watching your snap saying, that is mad. You see, when I have my son, I'm gonna do similar things. I'm gonna do this.
I think there was a time when you lot went away. I think it was Jamaica, and you lot were just doing everything together. And I was just like,
and there's a video, and I've still got it saved in my phone to this day, and I think I've told you about it. It's you're with Kaii in a car, and it's like you're driving around the corner or something. It's like when I forgot it now. I haven't watched it in a long while, but he's running around the car now, and it's like Kaii, when one bar, the next one gone or something. I don't remember, but it's a funny video. If I find it, I'm gonna put it up here. If I find it, you guys are gonna be watching it right now.
Cairo era, back at it again. When him come for ball, him come for ball. When him come for ball, him come for ball. Where you going, mate? He was having a bad day, innit? And he was crying. I was just jeering him.
Right, it was funny though, and that video just gassed me. It gassed me. And every time when I'm in a low phase or something's going wrong, or like them day there when I was just unexpecting the child, I would watch that video and make my day. So that's why I say, bro, you don't understand how inspirational you was having your child. And I'm probably inspirational to other fathers because people have reached out to me and they're like, yo, do you know what? I actually like the relationship you have with your child because not much man do what I do. And
on a day-to-day basis.
Well, not even when I have him in it, because let me not cap, I don't have my son all the time, unfortunately. But if I could, I would. But unfortunately, money have to make, and obviously he lives with his mum as his sole carer. And I have him as much as I can. I'm not going to tell you like my routine, but I do have my son a lot. If you have me on Snap, you'll see how much I have my son in it. So don't get me in the comments.
But that don't mean that you're not a good dad. Oh, you know what? I don't want this weekend dad business as well. It's like
that's
what it is.
Yeah, that's the next madness. I don't believe in
and
that,
it's like as much as that's very apparent. It's like that Friday to Sunday situation.
I have him a bit longer than that still.
Friday to Sunday situation with weekend dads. I feel like if that can be spread out, like there's dads that
it's not always that easy.
Every other weekend as well.
It's not always easy because man work and obviously it's harder for a man to look after a child. For a woman, it's easier. They get more benefits. But I'm saying
there should be leeway.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
For certain guys, because at the beginning, sorry to cut you, in the first 6 months of me having Casey, I kind of struggled to do certain things just because I was nervous, I was shy, and I was scared.
Yeah.
Because he's a baby boy. And I'm going to tell you a time. So my son, me and the mother of my child was living together at the time. It's in the first 6 months. He started choking on something. And I swear to God, I almost cried. Like, not even almost cried. There was tears in my eyes.
It would scare anyone.
I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And my son's face was a bit mad. And then my son was okay after like 5 minutes. But the mother of my child was laughing at me because she saw how I got, because I panicked. And I know a lot of males will go through that because it's because women are different when it comes to raising kids. I feel like they just know what to do. All of a sudden they just get these powers and they just know how to handle a baby.
No, because obviously they got their mom.
Exactly. Whereas guys don't really have that. Guys ain't really around kids the way how women are around kids growing up. Some are, don't get it twisted, but the vast majority are not. And I was one of them guys. Even when my sister was growing up, even me and my sister had a good relationship growing up, and we're 19 years apart. However, 19 years.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you're
listen, brother.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, now you've even caught me off guard.
No, go on.
We had a good relationship growing up, but still, I didn't really start to look after her properly by myself until she was about 3-4 years old. And I know there must be a whole lot of other males out there that are just like that. So where I was going with that, I'm lost now because you caught me off guard. Sorry. But yeah, man, it's not always that easy for a guy to build that relationship with their child in the first couple months.
That's what I was saying.
It takes time.
Takes time. Is the bond between a father and a child it takes longer.
It takes time. Okay.
More than a mother and child. I feel like in the first year, a mother and child could be inseparable. They have to be inseparable.
Yeah, but if you look at it like the mother puts herself in that position. So it's like the mother is like, look, I've given birth to this child now, so I've got to be there for this child.
I've got to give him my all.
But yeah.
And the father should be the same.
Exactly. And this is
what
I've
episodes. But I'll tell you this. We've had dads, that have tried to do everything. They've been in the house and say like, the night feed. Like the mum would do the mum would do the night feed and everything, and then the dad will take over in the day to give the mum the rest. But sometimes that doesn't even work well. I've had dads sit there and explain to me, and I'm like, so even when you try and be there, like on the flip side, it's
not enough.
Not enough. Do you remember that? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So it's like, even if you're there, right, in the house, raising the child together, one in a unit, sometimes it's still not enough. Because it's that, I don't know, it's harder. I feel like it's harder.
What, for a man?
For a man to create a bond, like
it is.
that.
Even throughout whole pregnancy, I
can't explain it more than
I know.
I hope you know I understand now what I'm going.
But I'm gonna slightly flip the topic now. But throughout the pregnancy, a lot of women that thinks that, oh yeah, you're not feeling the pain, you're not going through it, but guys do go through it.
Do you get me? About the finances,
they go through it, like literally, they go through it. They go through it.
No, men do. Wait. I know that. Of course they go through it. Mental health in men is a big thing. Don't ever get it twisted. That's why it's this, what's it? Masculine, I can't say that word, masculinity. Whole business, like guys supposed to be strong all the time, never have any emotional breakdowns. No, there's guys that cry on a daily basis. There's guys that
Yeah, the barling.
Not necessarily, but like
I don't know about the barling part still. In that.
but that are not as strong. You get me? Like that do have have a weaker side. There are dads as well.
But this is where you have to. See where it is.
That have an emotional side.
When you're having a child, it comes down to guys and their ego. But you have to drop that ego now, and you're no longer a kid. No. You're now becoming a man, because you are gonna have another dependent on you now. So you have to just prepare yourself mentally. So whereas if the woman is like, oh, I feel for milk at 3 a.m, get up and go get the milk.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Like whatever it is, you just have to do that. You can't. And this is where a lot of dad. Look, this is where I think a lot of mom resent the dads because they just take it easy, and then in the mom's mind she's going through all this drama, the baby, everything, and the dad's just there taking it easy. Do you get me? So you have to try.
All these hormones as well. So all the hormones.
Bro.
We're not about to get into that.
Yeah, some of them do use it as an excuse, but you do get the good ones.
Yeah, you understand? It's a whole bunch of everything, but as a dad, that if you're expecting a child, just be there at all the time.
Well, that's the baseline. Just be there. That's it.
You understand? And it's like, but at the same time, like I said, it's still not enough. But just try, and you get me, stick.
Do you know what? Here's what I'm gonna say. If you're about to have a kid, or if you do have a kid already, just try your best. Do what you can. Do what you feel is most important to you being a father, because at the end of the day,
there's no rule book.
There is no rule book.
Journey.
You gotta make your own journey at the end of the day, innit?
100%.
We as men gotta show and be the positive example. Like, say for example, myself, I know I'm a black male. Yeah, my son is a black male. I gotta be as a role model to him. I gotta be a positive black role model to him, because there's so much black guys that are out there doing the most, and doing the most as in all the wrong things. And I know as a father, I can't be doing certain things because my son is going to look up to me and say, you know what, that's my dad. And if I'm doing the wrong things, I'm inspiring a young child to go out there and do the wrong things. So how's that going to make me look and feel at the end of the day? And that's probably what drives me to be such a good father. Because I don't want my son to see me doing certain things. I don't want him to feel like I'm a deadbeat dad. I don't want my son to think of me as father at the end of the day. That's why it pushes me. It's my driving force, which makes me be a better dad. Because when I look at him looking back at me, it just brings a whole lot of love to my face.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't let this little boy down.
No, especially with Casey.
Yeah, man, I can't let this little boy down. I love him to bits.
Casey's, he's you know Kai's son.
You know he's Kyle's son. You can tell he's Kyle. Like, you could just tell. He's
a character, but man, I love that boy to bits, man. My twin, best friend, everything. You know what I mean?
100%. Well, it's Father's Day very soon.
Sunday.
Yeah, I didn't want to drop the date, but yeah, it's Father's Day very soon. Sunday.
Yeah.
What are you saying? What are you doing?
Me?
Well, to be fair,
plans.
My partner did say, she's gonna plan everything, but I was just being a Grinch and saying, look, I got certain projects I need to be doing. So,
do you like celebrating, like even with your dad? Did you when you was growing up? Was you the whole doing stuff like
Father's Day, drink some rum and bust to joke and
but it's not like you know what it is in some households. It's like that's the day that is behold for dads, where it should be just every day, just like Mother's Day or Valentine's. It should be every day.
For me, it's a bit different. Me and my family, like we always go out on Father's Day, but me and my brothers, my sisters, we like doing that stuff. We like, not even spoiling my dad. We just like
show him that you appreciate it.
Me and my brother and my sister, we're very competitive, so we like to do sports.
Yeah.
We're just always doing things. So this Sunday, I let the world know we're going out for a meal, and we're going to bowling. And even me, as trying to be a respectful man, I love my son to bits. I've also invited the mother of my child and her father down to come down and go out for this meal. So it's like I want us to have a nice family day. So my son can have his dad, his grandfather, and his grandfather on the other side go out for a nice family meal. It's not something that happens all the time, but it's the one day.
Yeah?
Huh? As the father, if people want me to pay, I'll pay in it. I don't mind. Yeah. I'll pay 100%. I'll pay. Car money's nice. Money ain't broke. But at the end of the day, I've invited everyone down, and I think of everything and I move as mature as I can for my child.
No, at the end of the day, you're just like you said, you have to be that father figure. You get me? So it's not how I like grew up. I knew that Father's Day was like, okay, that's the time to spend my dad. Even though I was with him every weekend anyway, regardless. But it was a situation where Father's Day, you have to cook him something nice or give him something that he really enjoys. So that was that. But I don't know what I got planned, to be honest. Obviously, I have my daughter, guaranteed. So whatever we do, haven't got something. That's any plan, you get me? But
yeah, so I just want to say a big happy Father's Day to everybody watching this episode, because this episode will probably be coming out the day after Father's Day. So thank you to you all for tuning in once again to another episode of the DadsR'Us podcast. I want to say another big thank you to Axe, the big inspiration who's inspired me and YG Gem to be the fathers that we are today. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you again next time. It's Who is Kaii the People's Champ, Gem the Engineer, and Axe the Engineer. Cool, see you again next time.